What's going on, guys? Welcome to week 73 of my journey to scratch. We didn't see any movement in the handicap last week, so we're still sitting at a 10.7. I'm about to go play 9 holes at my home course at Texas Star. But today is actually going to be a little bit different. So we're not going to be focusing on our score. All we're going to focus on is our pre-shot routine. And we're going to give ourselves a mental performance score. Essentially, what that means is every single time that I step up to a shot, I need to be going through my full mental process for that shot. John from Mental Golf Type kind of walked us through that. I'll recap it really quick. We're essentially going to tee up the ball, walk, 7, 8, 9 steps back. That's going to be our time to really engage our zone, what we want the ball to do, where we want the ball to land, what type of shot shape we want to have. Then we move up to our practice swings, and this is all kind of in a vertical motion. So in our practice swings, really engaging the target more than anything. So not thinking so much about what the swing is doing, but really just thinking about what we want the ball to do and the zone that we want our ball to land. And then once we're done with that, maybe 2, 3 practice swings, we step up to the ball. I'm an intuitive, so that means I have to stay target side dominant. And what that means is I got to be engaging my zone 80% of my time over the ball. So we're just really going to think about what we want the ball to do, really painting that picture that we've been painting prior to this. And then finally take one last deep breath. Exhale. And as we're exhaling, we get our gauge back to the ball. Once we finish the exhale, we take the club back and swing away. So that's going to be the goal today. Really not caring what we shoot, what we score. We're just trying to get 80% of a mental performance score. Let's see how we do. Catch you guys soon. All right, guys, so I just got finished playing. We'll put in the scores at the end of the week. I'll actually put them in today, but we'll talk about them at the end of the week. And I really just want to focus on mental performance score. So my mental performance score was actually a 65%, which is not good. I'm trying to get to 80%. But what was really, really bad was that nearly 50% of my zeros, or the times where I didn't commit to my process, came from the last 2 holes. It's something that happens a lot for me, is like I know when if I'm not going to put up like a really, really good score, I just sort of like forget about the last few holes and just like never finish strong. And these are the 2 hardest holes on the front 9, and I need to stay on top of my processes. Yeah, 65% there. A lot of room for improvements. There were a lot of really good that came out of it though. Another thing that I'm noticing is like putting in short game, I don't have a set specified routine, so I actually lost a lot of points just from my putting and chipping. So that's something that we're gonna have to start thinking about and integrating into our routine. I actually played with the senior club champ, and he gave me a lot of really cool insight that I had never thought about. He really focuses on reading the grain. The greens at Texas Star are super grainy, and I've just never quite given them much of a thought. And another cool thing was like, he's like, throwing some grass up in the air can really lead you in a bad direction because of all the trees. So he's like, just figure out, just like look up where the wind is coming from that day. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll put in the scores at the end of this video. And yeah, we'll see how we do. All right, guys, what's up? It's Tuesday. I was planning on playing today. Some things came up and couldn't get out there, but I'm actually gonna go and practice at the golf suite right now. It's actually pretty late already. It's about 8:20, so we're gonna have the golf suite from 9 to 10. Really, today's gonna be a speed training session. I haven't been doing much speed training, and it's starting to show on the course. Really not gonna do much swing work today. It's really just gonna be just letting loose, just kind of swinging as fast as I possibly can and having a little bit of fun. So Alex sent me something. We were kind of talking about this on Friday, and I was like, Alex, what should I be doing for speed training? And he was like, so he just sent me this. He goes, daily take a club and grip it from the head side and take 10 swings as fast as you can, not continuous. Then you do 10 regular swings with no ball as hard as you can. And then every other day, do 10 driver swings with a ball as hard as you can. We'll do a little bit of that. I'm going to be warming up quite a bit with my irons. Let's get to it. I'm probably not going to take this camera. I'm probably just going to take my phone, and I'll capture some fast swings. I love you guys. See you soon. Really quickly, I just got back from my speed training session. It was really, really good. I think I started out with like a pitching wedge, got that up to about 80 miles per hour. That felt really good. Once my body felt good, joints felt good, we warmed up to the driver, and I actually did the thing that Alex was telling me to do. What was really cool is pretty much my first swing was like 101, which I haven't been swinging that fast in a while, so that was really cool to see. Pretty excited with that. We just got to keep it going. I feel like I've been really lazy with speed training, and it sucks because my body has never felt so good. Like, This is the heaviest and strongest I've ever been in my life, so theoretically we should be swinging the club significantly faster, but I just haven't been doing any speed training. So the plan is to really start incorporating this into our regular routine, and we should be seeing some pretty good speed gains. If we can get to swinging like this on the course pretty regularly without feeling like I'm doing anything different or special, we should be gaining a pretty good amount of yardage, and that should equate to lower scores. But anyway, yeah, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe. If you enjoy the video, make sure you click that like button and wish me luck tomorrow. We're going to play 9 holes. We'll see how we do. Go from there. So it is Tuesday. I just finished playing 9 holes at my home course at Texas Star. I recorded once and it was like way too long, so I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. Starting out with my mental performance score, it was actually really good. It was an 82%. Really, really happy with the way I followed my processes. So 3 out of the 6 times that I failed to follow my process was actually from chipping, which makes sense because I don't really have a structured way of approaching my chip shots. So that's going to be something that we work on for sure, because right now it's just sort of like I get up there and hit. So that's something that we're going to try to work on and improve. Apart from that, I think I did a really, really solid job. One thing I mentioned on Sunday, I played with a senior club champ at my course, and he taught me a little bit about wind and grain at the course. I put it into play today, and it was seriously like pretty transformative stuff. It was really, really cool. I actually downloaded an app that kind of tells you, it's sort of like a compass. I think it's called Windigo. And I'll share this with you guys. I don't know if you can see that very well. And it's essentially, you know, as you go, it's sort of a compass, and it lets you know where the wind is blowing. And this is really important for me because I've always been really confused with the wind. I just feel like ever since I started diving into MGT, and my mental golf type specifically, I've just had so much more control of my ball flight and my ball. Hole number 4 today was like a perfect example where like I've never hit a better drive on this hole ever, like ever. I was maybe like an inch off from my ideal target. I had a target in place and I took a picture because I wanted to share it with you guys, but I'll kind of highlight where my field goal was or where my range was and the shot that I was trying to hit. So I was trying to hit a high cut kind of on the lower side of the tree, and it'll make more sense once you see the picture. But guys, I hit the exact shot and it was so cool. Like I came out of it and I was like, this is insane. Like I've never hit a shot like this in my life where it just goes exactly where I want it to go. And not just that, I think the speed training from yesterday really helped. And I was swinging my club really fast today. I was putting myself in some pretty good scoreable positions. So really cool stuff there. Another great like mental image for my intuitive self on number 9. So it's hole number 9 is a hole that I just really struggle with because you have a creek, so you can't hit driver. And if you're hitting, like today I was swinging it pretty fast, I knew my driver was going to get there. So I had to take less club. I knew I did. And my thought was, okay, I know for a fact I can't get a 3-wood 250 yards out there. Like that was my thought process. I was like, there's no way I can get my 3-wood 250 yards out. I was like, but I typically hit this like high cut 3-wood that just like goes, it goes like 205 and it leaves me like 175 into the hole. And I was like, I kind of want to play like this. And I've never played this shot before. I've never intentionally tried to hit the shot. I don't know what got into me, but like I got to trust my gut. That's, as a feeler, like I got to trust my gut, right? So I was like, man, I just feel like I can play like this like low runner 3-wood that's just gonna run forever. There's very little risk. I know it's not gonna go long, and I know I can get this thing to like, I can carry it like 195, 200, and just let it run an extra 20, 25 yards. And guys, I've never intentionally, like my thought was like, okay, let's just kind of smother this ball. Like let's just kind of like, I know it's gonna cut. Let me just kind of cover it. Let me make some good contact. And the ball didn't come like higher than 15 feet off the ground. And it was like a nice little like, fadey little stinger that ran for 25 yards. And yeah, and I had, I think I had 143 in to a pretty tough hole. I don't know why in my head that's the shot shape that like my body wanted to hit at that specific time, and I just have to trust it. And yeah, I'm just super stoked that I did, because it's just, I don't know, I'm learning more and more to like, 1, trust my instincts, and 2, just like trust the process, and like the ball flight's gonna come out. Just gotta trust it. Like there's gonna be bad swings, don't get me wrong. Like we had some bad swings today, but if you trust your process, you're giving yourself the best chance to play well. So yeah, Anyway, I've been talking forever. I'm going to let you guys go. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to practice, just a very quick practice session, but then we'll catch up again on Thursday. I'm going to play a course that I've never played before, but it looks kind of fun. Again, I'm not telling you guys what I'm shooting. I'm telling you my mental performance score, and then at the end of the week, I'll let you guys know what my scores were. I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So really quickly, yesterday I actually practiced, and it was a really good practice session, focused a lot on putting actually, which I haven't done in a long time. It was relatively quick. I think I hit balls for maybe, 45 minutes, and then I putt for about an hour, and that was that. Today I actually got to play 9 holes that I didn't realize I had never played before. So there's a really awesome public course called Grapevine Golf Course. It's a Muni in Grapevine, which is pretty close to where I work. I think it's only like 15 minutes away. And they have 3 9-hole courses. I've played the other 2 nines plenty of times, probably 4 or 5 times now, and I had never played Mockingbird. And I didn't realize I had never played it until I started playing it and realized that none of the holes looked familiar. So I had so much fun. It was so cool. I was actually out there by myself, and I decided to walk just to make it a little bit cheaper. The guy at the pro shop actually noticed me. His name is Dave. I think David or Dave. So if you're watching this, dude, thank you so much for the support. But yeah, so really quick. So obviously it's the last day. I'm going to go over my mental performance score for this round, and I'm also going to go over the actual scores for the last 2 rounds. We've gotten 3 rounds in this week, and you guys don't know the actual scores, so we're going to go over that. Unfortunately, I was a little flustered the first couple holes because I was running late, and I'm walking and I'm trying to kind of catch up to the group in front of me and all of this, and in reality none of that really mattered, and I would have been totally fine if I just took my time, took a deep breath, and just settled in. But it caused me to kind of start out with the mental performance score kind of low. So my mental performance score for today was actually at 68%. So we've kind of went downhill. We started out, I believe, at 60. Let me see. So on Sunday we had a 65%. Then on Tuesday we had an 82%. And then today we had a 68%. So we kind of went backwards a little bit. Some really good, some really bad. I think my putting was pretty good, but it seems like a lot of my tee shots I actually gave myself a 0 for. I just wasn't fully locked in. And I think part of that is just like not knowing the course and not being like fully sure on what was out there, and that kind of bit me in the butt a few times. But yeah, let's actually go over the score. I shot a 41 with a double on a par 5 on number 9. So I hadn't seen anybody around me, and then you get backed up on a par 5. I waited a while to tee off, and then once I'm ready to tee off, the group behind me kind of pulled up and they were watching me, and I hit a really bad tee shot into the water, and then I had to walk over to that ball, 220 yards out, and hit another shot, and I know they're still watching me, and I hit another bad shot, and I actually hit the green from the following spot, and I actually had my first 3-putt of the day, and unfortunately doubled the hole. But so I lost a total of 3 balls and shot a 41, which is it's kind of crazy. Like, that's unusual for me. If I'm losing that many balls, I'm typically shooting like really, really high. But just my good golf was super solid. Like, it was very consistent. It was fairways, greens, and 2 putts. I didn't make a single putt outside of like 4 feet, but the greens were punched, and it was, it's one of those days where, they sometimes just fall, sometimes they don't, and they just weren't falling. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm really happy with the way my game has been trending. But yeah, one of you guys actually recommended to start showing my latest rounds of golf. So what I'm going to do is, the handicap system works with the top 20 rounds of golf. If you pick your top 8, I'm going to start actually compiling the list and showing you guys what's dropping off and what's coming in. But let's kind of go over the last 2 rounds so you guys know the mental performance scores. So yeah, so today I shot a 41 as well. It was a 5 over 41. Tuesday I shot a 41. It was a 6 over 41 because it's my home course. The front 9 is par 35. And then on Sunday I shot a 46, so 11 over 46. Obviously not good. Had a lot of things to work on, but we're slowly getting better. We're trending in the right direction. Today it should have been, realistically, I'm going to par or better that hole that I doubled today, more often than not. I just got nervous. People were watching me, and I just didn't follow my routine, and that's kind of what happens. But yeah, that should have been today. I got up to that 9th hole, and in my mind, I shouldn't have been thinking about score, but in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, we're getting out of here with either a 3 over or 2 over, and our handicap is going to improve. And yeah, it didn't. My differential was an 11.4. But yeah, that's part of golf, But yeah, no, we're certainly, I'm definitely trending in the right direction. I feel like, again, my game is getting really good. I am not mishitting that many shots. My short game is starting to look a little bit sharper too. My drives are going way longer than I have seen them in a long time. So the speed training that I did this week is really helping, and we're going to continue doing that. I don't know. We're headed in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. Now we just got to remember what it's like to score. I haven't been putting. Like, I give myself, so like today I gave myself so many opportunities for birdies and I just didn't make a single putt. We're gonna have to work on putting here, and we're gonna have to remember what it's like to score. But yeah, once we do, guys, I don't know. This is the most fun I've had playing golf in a long time. My handicap, I think I read today, I got a buffer, or I don't know what they call it, but essentially, like, it's not letting me it's not letting my handicap go up by much more. Like, I just keep rising, and I'm not, and I'm not putting in scores that are lower than my handicap. I think last year, every 9 hole got matched up. So if you had a really bad 9, you could always combine it with a pretty decent 9, and it'd be fine. This time, if you have a bad 9, it's a bad 9, and it just goes in, right? And so it's a lot more scores that are being put in, which I think is going to actually make it a more accurate handicap, because I think last year I played so many 9 hole rounds that my last 20 rounds it really felt like the whole last year, and that wasn't very accurate. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling on at this point, but game feels good. Oh, and I guess I should say today I actually recorded a couple of shots, and I took my GoPro, but I didn't take the right mount. But the plan was to actually mount my GoPro and record a lot more shots. But unfortunately, I didn't bring the right mount, so I had to use my phone, and I'm using my phone for kind of navigating the golf course, and so I could only do it for a couple shots. But what I thought was really interesting is both of the times that I played it, I was actually pretty locked into my process and my zones and stuff. And so much so that I totally forgot that I was recording. But I was recording, which is a really good sign, because it means I was so locked in my process that I totally forgot about this camera. But nonetheless, guys, that's going to do it for this week's video. I think our handicap remained the same. Yeah, so we're still at a 10.8, which is the worst handicap we've had, but I genuinely feel like I'm playing way better than a 10 or an 11. So, in due time, I think our handicap is really going to drop, and I just want to say, I don't know. Right now, the golf just feels really good, and I'm just really happy with the way I'm playing, and I'm really enjoying myself, and I just feel like I'm navigating the course as it's supposed to. And yeah, we're going to hit bad shots, that happens, but we're hitting a lot of really, really good shots too, and I just feel a lot more free, a lot more relaxed, and really enjoying myself a lot more on the golf course, and I think that's worth way more than a 10 point or a 7.7 handicap that I had at some point. And I don't think that handicap was really all that accurate, just because of how many 9 hole rounds of golf I played, and it didn't reflect who I really was. I think I'm a better golfer now than I was when I had a 7.7 handicap, and that's the truth. Maybe it's false confidence, maybe I'm crazy, but nonetheless, I don't really care. I'm having so much fun, and I'm really enjoying making this type of content. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. And as we continue to do it, I think it's going to get more organized and better and more fun, and I'll be able to record more shots and all that stuff. So yeah, really excited to see where we take this thing, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the support. Comment down below how your golf games are going. Introduce yourself down below if you're new to the channel. And remember to like the video and subscribe if you're new. I love you guys. Take care.